Hey everyone, and welcome to this latest series of videos on day trips that you can take from Cape Town. Now, we've reviewed Cape Town extensively before, and I will put a link to the playlist for that up there if you want to learn more about Cape Town. But in today's video, we're going to do about 2.5 hours of worth of driving, and we're going to go north of Cape Town up to the beach area of Blueberg Strand. We're going to go to Century City, big shopping mall. Then we are going to come back down to Cape Town. We're going to visit the V&A because we are cruise ship hunting. And then we're going to take you on all of the food that we ate that day. So this is a totally doable trip in one day, and it shows a little bit of a different area of areas around Cape Town. So let's get on with today's episode. Hi, we're James and Rob, and this is our dog Oscar. We love travel in all its forms, so join us on our next adventure as we head out on the road again. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday today, and we have travelled about 15 minutes from Cape Town to Century City, which is a shopping mall. There's James, and it's a pretty big shopping mall. So if you want to do some shopping that's beyond just what's available at the V&A, then come to Century City. We got here fairly early, it's about 10 o'clock, and so it's pretty quiet at the moment, and it's, as I say, a Wednesday. So so there's every kind of shop that you could hope to find here, and of course the prices are fairly reasonable as long as you're not buying an imported product from the UK. So definitely worth coming to have a look. And we've been to the chemist so far and bought a few bits in the chemist of stuff that James wants to take back with him. So anyway, this is Century Woolworths over there. And in case I haven't told you before, Woolworths is a big brand over here. It's not connected to the Woolworths in the UK, well it might be, but it's equivalent of sort of Marks and Spencer's. Certainly Woolworths food is very much like Marks and Spencer's. And then you've got Checkers as a supermarket over there, and Pick and Pay over there, and they are kind of like their Tesco's and Sainsbury's. But if you want sort of nicer food, then you go to Woolworths, and they also have nice clothes as well. So we're going to have a look around Woolworths. We're also in search of a mug and bean, which we haven't found yet, but there is one here somewhere. And that's where we can go and have our favourite coffee. So we've just done our shopping, and we've now found Mug and Bean, which is our favourite coffee shop, and James is having his Sugar Rush once a year lemon meringue pie, which is quite an event, as you will see. But we're going to go to the beach after this and have lunch, so I didn't want to have too much, so I just got a muffin. But when our coffee arrives, we'll show you James's lovely lemon meringue pie, and if he's nice, he might let me have a bit. Anyway, we'll come back when the food has arrived. James's lemon meringue pie has arrived, and you can see why we like it so much. That is a big old mound. And I just ordered a muffin, which comes with cheese, which is rather random, and butter. But anyway, you excited, James? Ready for a sugar overload?
Yeah.
What do you think of the lemon meringue pie, James?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, but oh my god. Yeah, it's a lot of sugar in one hit.
James has consumed his year's worth of sugar in one go. And my muffin was nice, although I have to say cheese with a muffin is rather random, and it was rather big as well. So, but luckily a nice strong coffee is a good counterpoint to that. So we're going to go wandering around the shops, and then we're going to head off to Blueberg and to Eden Bay, which is the beach, and we'll take you there. Okay, we have left the shopping mall and we've come down to Blueberg Strand, and we're actually at Eden Bay on the beach. And it is a very windy day, so I hope you're catching me talking. But what's amazing about here is you get these fantastic views from the other side of Table Mountain, and that's particularly good today because it's such a clear day. And this area is got miles of sandy beaches and is really popular with all the windsurfers, as you can see, especially on a day like today where it is really windy and a little bit nippy, to be honest, because the wind's quite chilly. But we've got the beach to ourselves, and well, obviously not to ourselves, but it's not busy, and the beach just goes on for miles and miles and miles up there if you want to walk. So this is definitely somewhere to come. And up on the left hand side you can see that there are lots of different places you can have a drink, bars and restaurants you can eat at. So definitely somewhere to come for a day trip, and it's about a 25-minute drive from Century City where we started the day. So if you're planning a day trip, this is a good place to come for lunch. Had we not eaten all of the lemon meringue pie and stuff, we might be motivated to have lunch, but we'll probably just have a drink. So we're just going to carry on walking down the beach a bit. And actually James said you can't see it now, but in the distance, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this, there is an Azamara ship between those two cargo ships just coming into Cape Town. So what an amazing view those people are getting of Table Mountain on a really clear day, one of the rare days where the tablecloth isn't covering Table Mountain itself. So that's why people come here, because you get these amazing photos of Table Mountain. What is really lovely about this beach is that you can walk 4 miles, and as I said, it's a really nice sandy beach, so you can walk in your bare feet. And I have before walked way down there, and just goes on forever. So nice place if you want to get some steps in. And obviously we're here on a Wednesday, so it's pretty quiet. The weekends it's going to be a lot more packed. You can see that it's not really a day for swimming. In fact, the red flag's up saying no swimming, but you're probably never going to want to swim in here unless you're really hardy, because it's the Atlantic Ocean, so it's really cold. It's why so many South Africans go to Durban on holiday, because that's the Indian Ocean, and so it's much warmer. But you have to be, like I say, pretty hardy to go and swim in here. What you can see straight ahead is Robben Island, and again, it's a rare day that you get to see it so clearly. And obviously Robben Island is a big tourist attraction where people go to see where Nelson Mandela was held in captivity for all those years. So you can organise a day trip to go and do that. And although James, I've been to Cape Town many times before, we've never actually been to Robben Island, so that's something we must do sometime. Anyway, this is Eden Bay on the beach, and well worth a day trip. And I'll put a map showing the route that we've taken today, so you can see that if you're planning to do this as part of a day trip. Okay, so we have walked up from the beach. I'm just going to show you all of the restaurants that are up here. James is just doing a bit of exercise, and again you can see this amazing view of Table Mountain on a windy but rare day when it's completely clear. Often in the afternoon the clouds come in and you get what they call the tablecloth, which is the clouds that sit on the top of Table Mountain. And of course when it's too cloudy or too windy, the cablecloth stops. So if you're going to book your tickets in advance for Table Mountain, which you absolutely should do to avoid one of the queues, then if you can't use it that day, you can use it the following day. Anyway, here is lots of different types of restaurants that you can, getting waved at, lots of different types of restaurants that you can eat at, and it's a really nice place to watch the world go by. And there's a little shopping mall here as well, where we're going to go and have a look, because we're going to look at property prices. And yeah, definitely a nice place to come and watch the world go by. And we're going to go into the Eden on the Bay shopping mall for what it is. It's not really a shopping mall, but there's a pick and pay and estate agents and lots of little knick-knack shops. So we're just going to stop and have a look at the property prices here, just out of interest, to see how they compare to property prices. You get an awful lot more for your money. Here's a property for 2.5 million, which is about £125,000, 3 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, 1 garage and 2 parking bays. So here's some more of the little knick-knack shops. And here's the indoor shopping centre, so there's a Pick and Pay, which is like our Tesco's, and then, I don't know, more knick-knack shops, gift shops, by wall for your knitting. But a nice place to come and browse. It's a little cafe, water,
Salt lamps. Water and salt.
Wow, what an interesting combination. Get your hair cut and so on. So that is Eden on the Bay and Big Bay. Definitely worth coming for a trip.
Salt lamps.
So we stopped at the V&A Victoria and Albert Waterfront because we want to go and see the Azamara ship. What we've seen so far is lots of people following umbrellas, so I guess the ship has docked. But it's also interesting seeing Signal Hill over there in the distance and all the people hang gliding off the top of it today. So obviously a perfect day to be doing that, and we're just walking towards the cruise terminal now to go and have a look at the ship. Meanwhile, you can fantasize, I suppose it's a little ferry, so you can fantasize about what ships you want to be on. I think a lot of people come to the V&A Waterfront, they just go to the first bit shopping area, but actually it goes on for quite a long way. And if you follow it back here, there are more restaurants and another little mall here, the Clock Tower Shopping Centre, which is all going to be a little bit quieter because it's not the central part of the V&A. This is a nice view. Some of the artwork as we walk further down towards the cruise terminal and there's some really fancy hotels here. So there's a Radisson Red over there, which is like a funky version of Radisson, sort of trendy hip version. And then there's the very expensive Silo to my left, which is built from an old grain silo. Not surprising, you can see it appearing now. And there's a restaurant right at the top. If you've got lots of money, you can stay here. Oh yeah, we can just see the chimney of the Azamara there. Can we go down that way, or do we need?
It's on the other side of those buildings. So
okay.
Walk down and then walk
Okay.
down the road.
Well, it's nice down here. It's a lot quieter.
No.
But away from the wind, it is seriously warm today. Having said it was windy down at the beach, you get a true sense of the weather, of the heat, and so you have to be careful. Make sure you got your factor 50 on, because even when it's windy, the UV index is high, so you don't want to get burnt. So here's some more newish apartments, which are going to cost you a lot of money, I imagine, to buy. And then there's offices up here. This is the Radisson Red on my right, and then there's some nice little shops. Iron Laser, there's a kitchen knife shop, and some other nice things that we can't afford. You can just see the funnel of the Azamara. We're not entirely sure whether we can actually get to it because of all of the buildings and the security, but anyway, we're going to have a look. I think this is as close as we're going to get to the cruise ship, because to access the cruise terminal, access the Azamara over there, you have to go through the cruise terminal here, which obviously we won't be able to do. So we stopped, what's this restaurant called? The Yard, which is by the silo. And James decided we were going to have a drink, but James decided he wanted a little salad, and that's what's arrived. And I've got a Greek salad, which fortunately isn't quite as big as James, so I guess he's over in Sugar Rush now. And we need to eat this up before we're going out to have sushi this evening, so I guess that will be light. But anyway, looks very nice. So this is the Yard, which is by the Silo Hotel. What did you think of that, James?
It was nice. Just a lot.
My Greek salad was okay,
But I think we'll all agree Greek salad's supposed to have feta cheese. And it didn't have any feta cheese, so I had to ask for some, which is a bit random. So they bought me some feta cheese afterwards. But anyway, my salad was okay. Filled a hole until the next meal. So we are mixing it up a little bit this evening, and we are at OB, which is on Long Street, and we are having some Japanese food tonight. So James ordered some umami beans and umami, and I've just got some prawn tempura, which looks nice. So I'm going to tuck in and let you know what it's like. Okay, I've got a bit of food envy now. This is James's. What is this?
Sushi and sashimi.
And there's an awful lot of food in there. And this is my teeny little... Although I did have the starter of the tempura prawns, which was lovely. That is a pretty impressive meal, if I don't say it myself. And I don't think James is going to be going hungry. Considering James doesn't like fish,
There's probably a couple there.
there's a lot of fish there, and it's raw fish as well. So anyway, I'm sure James is going to enjoy that, so we'll be back with you soon. That's definitely not enough wasabi, is it? Okay, we've just finished eating. I think it's safe to say that James's was a lot, and for someone who doesn't like fish, he did really well. Mine was really nice, California salmon rolls, and we both feel stuffed now, so we're not going to have dessert here because they only have one dessert here, which is panna cotta. Obviously, they don't specialise in desserts, so we're going to go and see if we can find something in the Cape Quarter, but that was very nice. So this is Obi. If you are looking for sushi, then this does really well, and it's on Long Street, which is in the CBD.
In next week's video, we are taking you on another day trip a little bit further afield to the beautiful towns of Stellenbosch and Franschhoek. So we will show you what you should do, how long it takes, the best way to get there, the best time of day, and some great places to eat. So make sure you join us next week as we head out on the road again.